I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Buying time to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Play action. It's Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 12 yards there and a first down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 65 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score.
And I don't know if that was scripted, was it an audible, or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now a first carry for Daniel Pumphrey. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
120! Hey, kill! Hey, 4 kill! What you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me something.
And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
57. I got you. Man, I got you. 57.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Get him, boy. Get him, boys. Here we go. Waiting. Here I come. Where's Chip? Move. Man 5-7. Hey, box truck. Check Mike 57.
Now Wentz on third down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Waiting. Check. 42's the mark. I got you.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Being chased out left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
2nd and 10 now. Wilson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Not your conventional play call, but that's okay. You probe the defense a little bit with some of everything in your playbook. That way they have to account for everything as the game moves on.
Hey, check.
And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Defensively, it was Avonte Maddox with the tackle. And to be frank, Charles, maybe they just got a little too cute there.
Not just a little too cute, but maybe a bit overconfident. It almost felt like they could dial up anything there and it would work. And they were going for a big hitter on that play because you don't call that just to pick up short yardage. You're trying to take that one to the house.
They dug deep in the playbook. Probably wish they had not. First carry now for Jordan Howard. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
You got it. You got it.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. This time Wilson will throw. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. It is picked up by the Eagles. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Wentz. Jeffrey with a catch left side. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession. Now Howard. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by the Seahawk defense.
Let's 5-7. Hey, Alpha.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Well, let's have some fun while we have a minute here. Fantasy drafts are in full swing. I know I've got my family fantasy draft coming up, Charles. Who would be your top 3 picks? I know that you're a no. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. They go play action with Wilson. is incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Wilson to throw, eluding the pressure right. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on fourth down. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Andrew Sendejo swoops in for the sack. And, partner, I'm not really sure what in the world they were thinking on fourth and long there at this stage in the game, but you think social media may be firing up a little bit right now?
Oh, the coach is trending right now. All right, there's no doubt about it. People wonder what that decision was. But it takes me back to a number of years ago. A very successful coach in the league had told himself before a playoff game he was going to be aggressive. No matter what, he's going to be aggressive. And it ran his team into some real problems early, and they got upset in that playoff game. Let's see if this team can recover.
Well, that's aggressive in capital letters with glitter, 7 underscore. I mean, that's the definition of aggressive.
Yeah, you can almost hear the cheerleaders doing the be aggressive chant behind him, and he listened to it.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 3 down.
They'll run here with Pumphrey. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. They'll run it now with Pumphrey. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. They'll try and run this. It's Pumphrey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down. The Seattle defense, they haven't broken yet. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing again here, Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It's caught at the 10. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. It's a big play there for Seattle. 54 yards. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, and this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, this is Howard. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. He's still having trouble moving the ball on the ground.
Yeah, so much for halftime adjustment. Sometimes the best adjustment you make is no adjustment. You just do things better. But in this case, I think an adjustment was in order. They may have to change up and start throwing the ball around a little bit more.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz escaping the pressure right. Incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
57, Mike 57. Watch the run.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And a throw there going to be incomplete. So a stop here defensively to start this 3rd quarter. Just what's needed in a tie ball game.
Yeah, good chance to build back some momentum on the defensive side of the ball. In fact, what they've done is give their offense a nice push in the back as they get ready to take the field.
He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. Here we go.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, not a big gain with that play, but what they're doing is they're spreading the defense out, probing a little bit, and what they're hoping probably is that later in the game, they can create a matchup that they can exploit for big yardage later.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
36 power.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
At the 32-yard line.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Double time.
We got it. Again, it's Howard. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. A gain of 13. It's a first down. A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
No.
At the Seahawks 46-yard line.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. Ertz over the middle. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the give, running right is Howard. Running right through him. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan Howard, his 2nd touchdown of the night, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Tackled that time by Sidney Jones. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Here we go, D.
Here's Wilson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Mills. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Wentz now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Try the right side with Howard. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. They go with Howard again. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. To throw is Wentz. He may try and run for this. And avoids the contact by sliding. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. The great 57.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
2-jet.
On 2nd and 15 now. Wentz, right side, caught by Jackson. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game. Now Wentz. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but they're final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they've managed the clock exactly right.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
25.
Throwing now is Wilson. Flushed out right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Back to throw. On the move to his left. Now a desperation throw deep down. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete.